Hey guys, Stefan here. Just wanted to go over just a quick video here, just kind of talking about intent, and how a lot of people have these like very limiting beliefs on, what they can and can't do when it comes to their diet or anything really. And one of the big words that I hear all the time from prospective clients is "I can't," which to me, and I'm going to be real here, is a bullshit excuse. When I hear "I can't," what I'm actually hearing you say is "I won't." There's a lot of people who say, "I can't meal prep, I can't fit an exercise in my day, I can't count calories, I can't watch my sodium intake, I can't, not eat out," stuff like that, right? And what you're doing is, it's not entirely your fault. You probably believe that you can't do these things, and that's understandable because we set these limitations on ourselves, and a lot of us never really grow out of them because we never push them, right? So while you think you can't do these things, it's more or less that you won't do them, or that you tried them, they didn't work, so now you won't do them, right? So the biggest thing that I feel like makes or breaks a client, or anybody who wants to lose weight or has any goal in anything, is like you really need to be like tight with your diction and like what exactly it is that you say day to day to yourself. I'm not getting like too into it, in terms of like what the actual harms of negative thoughts are and things like that. Like, for the most part, a lot of us are the sum of our like emotions and the sum of our thoughts, right? So if you're constantly telling yourself, I can't, then you're going to believe that you can't. But the real like value of all this is, it works the other way too. So if you start saying to yourself, well, I can do these things, I'll figure out a way, I'll make it work, I'll put the time in, I'll ask a pro, I'll get a coach, whatever it takes, to be able to bring that thought process from I can't into I can. And that becomes, subconsciously moving away from I won't to I will. Case in point, I was working forever to get my deadlift up to 435 pounds. I was stuck at 430 forever. The last 5 pounds just like did not eke. It just never came. And instead of giving up, which I easily could have, because I sat there for probably about 2 months unable to progress that lift, which is my own fault for just not training properly around it and just, trying to PR almost every second time I deadlifted, but lesson learned. The biggest thing for me was, I never had it in my head that I couldn't do it. It was just more of like, I will do it, I just need to be able to put the time in to do it, right? It never was that I can't or I won't type of thing, right? I knew that if I wanted to succeed, I would have to keep working at it, you have to keep failing. Failure is the biggest benefit anyone could ever have. I mean, anybody who's, never experienced failure has never really learned from anything, right? You're always taking the safe picks. If you've never failed in your life, holy shit, when you do, like, it's gonna be bad, right? So I take all of my successes and I base them off of how many times I failed until I hit that success, right? Like, it's all about mindset and just making sure that like the way that you think and the way that you act and the things that you do are all moving towards the right pathways to ensure you're gonna hit your goals, right? They say if you want to be a successful person and you're not, do the things and have the same habits that successful people do have, right? And I believe that is hugely true. I'm not a runner at all. I'd like to get into a marathon at some point in the next year or two probably, but I mean, for lack of trying, I'm not a runner, right? So I know that when it's time to start training for the marathon, it's going to be easy just to adopt those habits and just, talk to people who have trained for marathons, things like that, and just ask them kind of like, what's your day-to-day, what's your schedule like, like, do you track anything, do you have a race log, stuff like that, and just knowing what things work individually for me on how to approach my training and how to also take the unknowns from other people, right? The things that I don't know what they know, and I can kind of like meet in the middle, right, the half ground. So I think that everybody right now struggling with their diet, struggling with their strength, struggling with any sort of goal right now needs to remember that it's all in what you tell yourself you can and you can't do. Like, it's huge body language, like big perks there just to be able to like know what you're capable of. And if you're not sure what you're capable of, try it, push the limit and just, as Joe Dirt said, you can't have no in your heart, So thanks for listening today. I'm going to do more of these videos in the future. I'm just working with my new camera, my new audio setup, stuff like that. So just keep an eye out for more stuff, and thanks for the shit you watched prior. See you guys.